In North Carolina, a Republican official has stepped down after some shocking comments about that state's voter ID law landed him in the hot seat. Buncombe County Precinct Chair Don Yelton was on The Daily Show this week for what was supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek segment about voting rights. Take a listen to the impact he says the new law, which requires photo ID, will actually have.
The law is going to kick the Democrats in the butt. If it hurts a bunch of college kids that's too lazy to get up off their bohunkers and go get a photo ID, so be it.
Right.
If it hurts the whites, so be it. If it hurts a bunch of lazy blacks that wants the government to give them everything, so be it.
And it just so happens that a lot of those people vote Democrat.
Gee.
Yes, he was aware that cameras were rolling. Donita Judge, an attorney with the Advancement Project, is here in the studio with me. This former precinct chair is standing by what he said. We should note that. But we do want to point out that he was asked to step down by the county chairwoman, who disavowed his comments. Of course, all of this coming at a time when the Republican Party, when the GOP has said that it wants to reach out to people who look like me and you. When you heard that, when you saw that initially, what'd you think?
Well, what I actually thought was that while he is saying that he is not representing any other individual other than himself, we have to remember that the Republican Party is who passed this egregious, monstrous voter suppression bill in North Carolina. So when we look at that, we have to question really who's really behind this bill and whether now you want to step back from him. But initially, you all were in the same camp.
I think some folks have said that they weren't surprised at the thoughts, but they were surprised that someone actually expressed the thoughts on camera.
Well, we certainly weren't surprised by the thoughts, and I think that most North Carolinians that we've been speaking to about this monstrous bill are not surprised at the thoughts or the sentiments behind it. It just appears that, when a group of people decide that they want to make voting more difficult, they have to target groups that are historically discriminated against. Yeah. And that has been what we're seeing in North Carolina.
That comment was a la the same comment we heard in the run-up to the 2012 election in Pennsylvania as well, when that official was caught on camera saying, oh, absolutely, the voter ID law is going to help us win the election. When we look at states like Texas, like North Carolina, like Pennsylvania, these states where you've got people who are fighting tooth and nail to enact some of these voter ID laws, do you think it's just simply about keeping those states purple? Or is it more to it than that?
Well, I think that may ultimately be, but to me, it's more about making it more difficult from groups who have been historically discriminated against, who came out in significant numbers in 2008 and 2012 to vote, and they voted differently from maybe what the individuals would have preferred them to vote or how they would have preferred them to vote. So I think that that's really behind it. It is burdensome, and I just want to make sure the public knows that the bill in North Carolina is about so much more than photo ID. This is a monster bill. It is a bill that repeals a same-day registration. It reduces early voting. It takes away opportunities for 16 and 17-year-olds to pre-register. So this is a monster bill, and it's much bigger than photo ID.
And the bill in Texas, one of the things a lot of folks aren't talking about are the effects that particular bill that's being considered would have on women. Specifically, women who show up to vote, who may not have changed their last name because they've gotten married. But anyway, we don't have time to get into all that, Donita Judge. We'll have to get into some of that next time you come back. Donita Judge with the Advancement Project, thank you.
Thank you.